is really all inside the being of you. That is the source. It all comes out from the being inside of you through your brain and your senses, and your senses create everything, or your brain, which is behind your senses, creates everything. This does suggest that somewhere deep inside my being, I could possibly be God itself. It only suggests that. But then it's possible to know that. And I'm talking about knowledge, which can come from, let's say, the descent into the being inside my body, which is your body I'm talking about. The descent into the body. And gradually as I descend into the body, which means I start to descend into my own psyche, which goes on forever to eternity within me, I start to realize more and more of the truth of life, the truth of my being. Now you'll notice that everything outside your being is a fact. Everything out here, glass, space, trees, they're all facts. So the whole world outside of God's projected mind consists of facts. But the being is the truth. So the fact is the projection out of the truth, but the fact is not the truth. Because it's always moving. Everything dies, passes on. But in the being, that's where the truth is, and that's inside your body and mine. And that's the source. Now in God's mind, I trust you're following me now, by listening. Only by listening, not by thinking, not by trying to work anything out, because you'll be behind me if you start to work anything out from what you know. I'm talking knowledge, not what is known. And knowledge is now an ever still thing of being, of recognition. So as I talk, it is possible for you to keep up absolutely with me by getting the idea of what I'm saying and stop trying to transform it into concepts of knowing. You've got to get the idea in the spiritual life. You've got to get the idea when I'm talking about whatever I've talked about. If you get the idea, you've got it. We say to the children, have you got the idea? Or we say to our friends, have you got the idea? So you see, it's getting the idea, not the concept that counts, not your interpretation of what's being said, in other words. Because this is your truth. I can only say the truth that you and I are. That's all I can say. That's truth. Otherwise, I might mislead you with imagination, which is so often done by so many quasi-masters and teachers and things. I speak what you already are, what you already have the knowledge of, and therefore you can get the idea and you can recognize it. Now in God's mind, which is here and within, everything is true. Everything is true. In this existence, everything is true, in other words. Everything is true. Right? Now it's because you don't think that everything is true, or you think that to make everything not true, to make divisions in it, that you cause conflict in yourself. Everything is true. Where I come from anyway, in this existence, everything is true. So, it's just a matter in this external world, where all is movement and parting and separating and coming together, of selecting what's truest for you at this time. And that's precisely how you've lived your life. You went to this master because that was the truest thing for you at that time. And then you left that master and you went to another master. Or you got into all sorts of conflict and you went to several masters. Doesn't matter, that was truest for you because you were in conflict and confusion. And then you selected this lover because that was the truest thing for you at that time. And it didn't last, or it didn't last for long. And then you selected another lover because it was seen to be truest for you. And then this life moves on, doesn't it? You move on from what's truest for you in the moment to what's truest for you in the next moment. Why does this happen? Because when you selected the truest that was true to you before in time, by living that, you changed. Something in you changed. Because no moment is the same, because every moment is now. And now moves faster than the scientist's speed of light. As you can see now. Now is moving at such an extraordinary speed. The speed of consciousness does it move at. And so, when you selected what was true then in time, which is in the past, it changed something in you. Doesn't matter what you think, how you suffered, how it was difficult for you, how you broke your heart, he or she broke your heart and all, how you wept for days and you never got over it and all that stuff. That doesn't matter. The thing is, it changed you some way or other. And then you went on to select the next truest thing for you, didn't you? This is how we live. Am I making this up, or is this the truth? This is precisely how you've lived your life. And now you're with or doing what is truest for you at this time, now. Whether it will last, whether it will continue, we don't know, do we? But it's only true for now, you see. And that doesn't mean that it's going to end. There's not a doomsday talk I'm giving. Doesn't mean it's going to end, but it's changing you. Whatever it is that you've selected to do, to be, whether it's job or anything, it's changing you. Because every moment is moving, and you are a moving consciousness. You are not some staid old thing like your body that gets up every morning, gives a good yawn, and goes on with the rigmarole of the day. That's not just what you are. You are changing within all the time. And that's how life is. But we are so superficial that we don't notice that or don't have the knowledge of that. Because nobody tells us the truth. I'm telling you the truth. This is the truth that I'm saying. Is it the truth? You should know the truth. Well, you do know the truth if only you can listen and give up your concepts. Of course it's the truth. Or would you like to get up and tell me the truth in a more comprehensive way that you know? Well, you can't. Because that's how it's done. That's how it's lived. In God's mind, because I am in God's mind and I've realized God's mind. And I've realized God. So I know what I'm speaking of. But the fact that I'm saying this to you is changing you. Because you're not just with what's true now. You are with the truth now. See, I'm going to tell you the distinction between the two. Between your life, as it is lived, and something within you that is the truth. So you live your life according to what is truest for you at the moment, and you select your life according to that, which you've always done, and we've always done. And then you come and be with me, and I speak the truth.